See how his wings kind of are up just a little bit above the flat line? This is just a slight dihedral, but very different than a bald eagle that would be flying over that hold its wings flat as a plank.
With binoculars pressed tight to his face, Scott Mayhews makes a positive ID.
Can you see that with the binoculars? How there's no head there, look at that.
It's a rare golden eagle soaring above the bluffs.
See how much tail there is, but very little head sticking out, and that's a key thing to look for.
In the valleys that feed the Mississippi River, dozens of golden eagles have staked out their wintering grounds. The combination of a steady food supply and the right terrain makes for an inviting habitat.
Because of the way the bluffs are, these golden eagles can be riding the updrafts off those bluffs, sneakily come along the backside of that bluff, come up and over the backside and over the top, and there's a fox squirrel out in the middle of that prairie. I'm going to get to it before it has a chance to reach for cover, and that's when they go in these spectacular dives and go after them. And so this is all conducive to finding food. I see a clump.
Scott is among the first to document the influx of golden eagles in the parts of Minnesota and Wisconsin that border the Mississippi River. He did it by trolling the back roads and paying close attention.
I've driven a lot of miles, and I know where these birds are for the most part. The adult pairs that are here, they have winter territories just like they have breeding territories. Well, we found him. I'm pretty sure that was that bird that we were watching. It's a heck of a ways out there, though. Holy Moses.
The eagles here represent a comeback for the species. At one time, they were seen as a real threat to livestock, even people, and they were nearly wiped out.
50, 60, 80 years ago, eagles, both bald eagles and golden eagles, were shot on sight. People thought they were bad predators that killed wildlife, killed sheep, killed cattle. A lot of it was, and there were even rumors that they would carry babies away. I mean, it was really bad information that just got perpetuated over the years. So the eastern population of golden eagles became very rare. And now what we're seeing is a very slow recovery.
Yeah, you can feel that sun out here, can't you? You can feel that sun.
At the National Eagle Center in Wabasha, visitors get a personal introduction to one of the continent's most impressive raptors. You get a close-up view of the characteristic golden feathers that give the bird its name.
In North America, there are only two species of eagles, the bald and the golden, and we want to have both of those species represented here at the National Eagle Center. We're going to go in and take a look here and let him warm up a little bit. He'll sit a little better inside. Up you go, come on. Up you go. Here we go, here we go.
This golden eagle is an adult and weighs roughly 8 pounds. A female would weigh slightly more. It's in training to be an education bird at the center and is still getting comfortable with his surroundings.
Okay. See, my job is to kind of keep him from hitting stuff. And if he hangs a little bit upside down, that's not going to hurt him. It just keeps him from hurting himself until I can get him back up. And eventually, he learns that he can just come right back up. He doesn't have to wait for me to kind of help him up. They're more of a hunter than a scavenger. So they can have very quick and very sharp talons, a lot of muscle, very strong feet. Right now, he's really holding on. And even though I've got 2.5 layers of leather right here between his talons and my arm, I can feel it. It's a real pressure point type of puncture that's going on here. So I have to kind of move him a little bit so he moves his, there we go, that feels better.
I'm going to take a look at this right over here, your head here. Eagles are not early risers, so you do not have to get out at the crack of dawn to get out there and look for them then. Then they're riding on those thermals, and there again, in the wintertime, you want to try to conserve as much energy as possible. And so riding up on a thermal is pretty easy. You spread those wings out and you just glide along and use your eyesight and come up over the backside of these bluffs and hope you surprise a fox squirrel or some lunch for the day.
The abundance of golden eagles in the bluff country is exciting news in the birding community. It's inspired an annual golden eagle count in the Wabasha area and prompted the Non-Game Wildlife Program to take a closer look.
Now what we would like to do is see some research organized to figure out their life history. And this would be done ideally by putting solar transmitters on the eagles after capturing them, and then tracking them back to their nesting areas, which again I think is up in northern Ontario.
Years ago, people think, oh, these birds were coming from out west, and they were just migrating to the east, and they ended up here. That never made a whole lot of sense to me, especially when you look at, for example, Hawk Ridge. Hawk Ridge, last couple of years, has had 100 to 150 golden eagles coming through there. That's a lot of birds to be blown off course. And if they start putting transmitters on there, my guess is, and my hope is, that, yeah, we'll be able to finally say, yeah, these birds are coming from Ontario and then coming down into this part of the river valley to spend the winter.
Birders at all levels of experience relish the sight of a golden eagle in flight.
When you see a 7-foot wingspan of a golden eagle cruising probably easily 200, 250 miles an hour in a dive, whew, that's a sight. That's a thrill. Good eyes. Great spotting.